Do I know your mom and dad? Do I need to call anybody? Like 21 questions come up.
Yeah, and by the way, that's what I like to call the Arabian interrogation. Hey guys, welcome to Ceas and Mace. This is our new YouTube channel. My name is Caesar.
I'm Mesa, but everyone calls me Mace.
Everybody calls me Ceas.
We decided to start this YouTube channel because we get a lot of questions about how we got together, how we happened. He grew up a Catholic Hispanic and I grew up a Muslim Middle Eastern, girl. And everyone's shocked. So we thought, hey, why not share it and educate people? These things happen, these things are out there, and yeah. So welcome to our channel.
So pretty much she's Palestinian and I'm Hispanic, half Mexican, half Puerto Rican. So,
He's 25% Puerto Rican, but whatever.
Same thing. Anyway, so yeah, we do get a lot of questions, when we're out in the street. A lot of times people think that I'm actually Arabian, and a lot of times I'm like, no, I don't speak Arabic. And then they'll tell me, oh, why don't you speak Arabic? And I'm like, because I'm Hispanic, I speak Spanish. And then they're like, oh.
They're taken back because he's with me.
And then they're like, so how do you know her? I'm like, oh, well, that's my wife.
Yeah, for all my Arabian, Middle Eastern culture people out there, that they pretty much give you the look like,
how did that happen?
Do I know your mom and dad? Do I need to call anybody? Like 21 questions come up.
Yeah, and by the way, that's what I like to call the Arabian interrogation, because that's when they just come out and they just ask you for everything, and then you're assuming that they're going to eventually ask for your social security number. But, that's kind of what you got to deal with every now and then.
Yeah,
so okay, well, what we figured we'll do is we'll do like a top 5, one of the top 5 things that we get asked a lot, and we'll see what you guys think.
So the main one I get asked is usually, how did that happen with like side eye? Like, oh my God, like, what are you doing? I can't believe you're married to him or you're with him. And here's the thing, guys. We live in America. And to some of you, you're like, so what? We're Muslim, we're Arabian, that's not our culture. But when you grow up in this country, things happen. I met him in high school. It just happened. We liked each other, we had things in common, and it wasn't the ideal situation, but it happened, and alhamdulillah, we're here. It's been 10 years, 11 years, and we're still going strong, and yeah, we forgot to say that. So we've actually been married for 10 years already, so we figured why not start a YouTube channel, sharing our experiences and stuff like that, so that way the rest of the world knows how it is and what the situation's like. But one of the things that I get asked probably more times than not from Hispanic people is, oh, what does she cook you? Because, they always assume that, she probably doesn't know how to cook Hispanic food and stuff like that. But to be honest, the first type of food that she actually learned how to cook is Hispanic food. And she got a lot of the recipes from my grandma. So, she learned how to cook that first before she, ventured off into other things. I actually learned how to cook Hispanic food, like, right in the beginning of our marriage. I didn't learn how to cook Middle Eastern food till maybe, like, 4 years ago, where I really started trying. And funny story is, I was too lazy to do it, because I had, my sisters or my sister-in-law, they would do it for me, and if I wanted something, I'd just go there and be like, hey, could you make this for me? So I never really put in the effort. And then one summer, all 3 of them, my 2 sisters and my sister-in-law, went overseas for vacation, and I was left here alone with cravings, and I couldn't do it. And yeah, so I was forced to learn, and I was glad that kind of happened, because now I'm great at it and I know how to do it. And yeah, so
yeah. And just a bonus in there, when we first got married, I thought she knew how to cook a lot of stuff, but it turned out it was hamburger helper.
You guys, I would use hamburger helper, and he didn't find this out until what, like maybe 2 years ago?
Yeah,
like,
until you told me. You're like, oh yeah, by the way, a lot of those things that I used to cook you was Hamburger Helper, and I was like, oh.
I mean, it worked. He was satisfied, so I don't see what the big deal is.
Yeah, so yeah, that's one of the things that I always get asked a lot, but you know, I think a lot of it had to do with, you know, being Hispanic. We don't eat a lot of vegetables, so I really didn't like, I wasn't into it, you know, and then, you know, I would try it, and little by little I started to like it a little bit more.
His mama didn't force him to eat no vegetables growing up. So when we became adults and we were on our own, and, you know, buying McDonald's and fast food every day is a luxury. Not everyone can do that, and it's not healthy, and it's gross anyway. I just cook things, and he was forced to eat them, and he realized that he liked them. Like, what do you know? He liked them. So he actually requests things full of veggies, and it's like shocking.
Yeah, well, the thing is when I was first introduced to their type of food, I mean, it was kind of culture shock and stuff like that, different type of, you know, spices and stuff like that. But, you know, I've gotten better. So at the beginning, I was only able to eat like half a pita bread, and now I could eat like 2 or 3 pita breads in one sitting. So, you know, it's like progressive. You know, you just start somewhere, and then you know, you work your way up.
He didn't always look like this, guys. I plumped him up.
Yeah.
It's the pita bread.
Okay.
The tacos didn't do the work. But anyway, another question we get asked a lot is how our families get along. His mom and dad they haven't been together. They divorced when he was younger. Like every family, there's issues, but for the most part, they get along. Everything is civil. His dad's side, it's more comfortable when we mix our families, but his mom's side, not as much. It's just awkward. Not that there's anything, you know, going on, or, you know, but yeah, like his dad he gets along. It doesn't matter who's in the room, as long as you got conversation, some music going, and some food. He doesn't care who's there. He gets along with everyone. He knows how to make conversation with everyone. Sometimes you can't shut him up, but
yeah.
I love my father-in-law. He's awesome. I mean, they're all decent. So, but yeah, I mean, there's no hostility or anything. They get along. Yeah.
I think mostly from my side, you know, like in my family, I would say that in my mom's side, they're like more like cautious, like they don't want to, you know, do anything wrong, you know, or say something wrong. So it's a little awkward. But with my dad and my dad's side, you know, they're more conservative, you know, and stuff like that. So they're, you know, they get along great. I mean, it's not awkward, and, you know, with them. But for the most part, yeah, I would agree. It's, you know, everybody it's civil, you know. And the thing is that I'm the only Muslim in my family, so it's like, you know, everybody was always asking like, oh, you can't eat pork, or oh, you can't drink beer, right? And then it's like, no. But, you know, it is what it is. It comes up more often than not whenever you're at a party function or something like that, because then they'll be like, oh, you can't eat that, you know. At first they didn't really understand, they didn't really know. So, but now, you know, since the years have gone, they'll be like, oh, hey, you can't eat that has pork in it. And I'll be like, oh, okay, all right, that's cool.
Yeah, and you know what? We're talking about it too much, so, I mean, I know this is our first video, and there's probably like 2 of you watching us right now, but as we grow, like and subscribe these videos, and I'll eventually get to a point where, hey, I'll throw a party for you guys with both families, and record it all with or without their knowledge, and you guys can see how they interact. That'll be fun. It's always interesting. So
yeah.
What's another question you get asked? By where?
Oh yeah. They always ask, hey, so because, you know, whenever I'm out on the job working or something like that, they'll be like, oh, does your wife wear
the thing on her head?
The thing?
I love when everyone says the thing.
I'm like, yeah, she does.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it's jokes from there, but
yeah.
That's another thing that I get asked a lot.
Yeah, so a little bit about us. Probably should have done that in the beginning, but oh well. It's our first one. We're learning, and I'm not gonna lie, this is a little awkward. But I am 28. He's 28. He's older than me by 6 months. We have 3 kids, 2 boys and a girl, and I'm sure eventually we'll introduce them in our videos because we do want this to be kind of like a family channel type thing. Just educating people to different cultures, colliding, what it's like. We're fun. We do fun things. And I know, I mean, I watch YouTube. I love following people like Bram Fam and the Ace family. It's just fun. There might be, you know, boundaries here and there, but for the most part, we're gonna let you guys in, and you guys can follow us, and hopefully you find us interesting enough to follow. And yeah.
And by the way, not only do we have YouTube, but we also opened up Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat, and that's all gonna be Ceas_Mace. So you can follow us there too. Yeah, so right now we're just trying to do like an introduction video, and then from here on we're going to try to branch out into vlogging. So we'll start to do some more vlogs, and don't forget to subscribe, and also feel free to comment any questions below, and you know, we could always do another video where we can actually answer these type of questions. Let
us know what you guys want to see, like what content do you guys want us to put out there, what are you interested in seeing, so that way, you know, we can show you guys and it'll be fun.
Yeah.
So subscribe. I'm new at this, so I hope that's where it goes. But yeah, guys, subscribe and tell your friends, and like this video. Give it a big thumbs up if you like it.
That's it.
That's it. Thanks, guys.
All right. Bye.